Welcome to the PWO. I am your host, Patrick. Below me is our guest this week, Joey Hatch.
How's everybody doing?
And then next to me is my lovely co host, Buffalo Spartan. And below him is Corey. This week,
Wow, everyone got a badass intro and Corey.
well,
Wow, Pat.
I mean,
We'll get Patrick back.
Wow.
Don't worry. We have
Yeah.
more episodes coming.
it happens. So this week we thought we would do because when we have our show next week, obviously the 53-man roster will already be announced. So we want to do a 53-man prediction of what we think the roster will be and who we ultimately think will probably not make the team. But before we get into that, I think we should talk about the Bears game a little bit. First, my take on it. Look, preseason again. Last year, the Bears smoked us in the preseason game, and we still ended up being fine. Are there a little bit of concerns? And when you see the team, pretty much just get destroyed like that after years of this, yeah, you get a little worried. But I'm not hitting the panic button. Joey, your thoughts on the game?
Let's see. I don't really think we played horrible, but that's what you're supposed to actually be in the preseason to work out all the kinks and stuff. But when your head coach comes out and says at no phase was that okay out there on the field what we put out there as a product, that's a little concerning because he don't look too sure of himself sometimes.
Corey?
No, I agree. Like you said, it's even though it's second strings and rookies and stuff, I agree with Joey. Like you said, McDermott in the interviews and stuff, like we need to be tougher. We need to be so. I'm like you said, it's preseason. I'm not worried, but I'm a little worried because these are our backup guys. If someone goes down, what the fuck? And we're supposed to be pretty deep in backup, so got to get our shit together a little bit. But we'll see.
Spartan?
Did we look terrible? Hell yeah. Am I concerned? No.
Hell no.
Does everybody remember how many playoff games we won during the Super Bowl era? Or excuse me, preseason games.
Yep.
Zero. All right. Just like Joey said, this is the time for us to iron out all these kinks, try out different players with different schemes, try different plays, try different formations. It's not all going to sink. And we're live, like you can do it in practice, but it's not the same when you do it live. So when you do it live, you want it to sink. This is the time where we're working all those kinks out of that. So that way come, the Ravens game week 1, it's all lined up. So I'm not concerned. Yeah, there was some poor play by some people out of position, stuff like that. But overall, I'm not concerned. We'll get those issues addressed and they'll be fixed come week 1.
Well, let's say it too. The mistakes that were made and the guys, this is the time you want to see them do that. This way they're not doing it during the regular season. So
it's like,
again,
go ahead. Sorry.
We always have that one game where we just play flat and everything. Hey, and you never know. Maybe that was it. And if we got it out of the way in the preseason, I'm good.
It's like when I was a kid, my dad would say, I'd say, man, you really suck. We lost all 3 of our preseason games. My dad'd say, we're going to have a good season. And I'm like, what do you mean we lost all of them? He said, every time we lose all of our preseason games, we have a great year and go to the Super Bowl. And you know what? We went 4 years in a row.
Mm-hmm. You got to look at it like this. Like, so these games don't count. It's literally just another practice for us. Because if they counted, that 70-yard field goal that was kicked would count in the record books. It doesn't.
Right.
It never happened.
And you said it before the show, Spartan, in the thing. we didn't even run man coverage the whole time, and we're probably not going to do it again this week because we already know everything. And this is the first year I think McDermott is actually realizing like the not that the starters know it and are going to go out there and gel like beyond their own. It takes a couple weeks, but still work these younger guys and the guys that need it. Give them the reps, give them the thing now. Because the starters, yeah, even if they have a shitty game or something, they'll get it clicked and get going. But let these young guys fucking hone in and get better.
I'll tell you from playing football, the biggest lesson that you can learn is how you come back after you have a game like that. So this game right here will show McDermott more than any practice will tell him about these players and their drive that they have.
Well, and again, that's what the one thing a lot of people got to remember. The preseason games are not about winning or losing the games. Yeah, it would be nice to get the win, of course, but it's evaluating your talent and your personnel. And as Corey said too, and you said it, Spartan, this is the time where, look, if you're not sure about having something in the playbook, this is the time to go out there and see, hey, would this work? Because again, there's no risk involved other than maybe an injury where if it doesn't work, okay, great. We didn't lose the Super Bowl because we lost a preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll bring it up real quick. Josh Williams, look, I know it's going all over certain spots of social media. Currently, we have not re-signed Gabe Davis. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but as of right now, there's no confirmation that it's happened. So, again, and I don't think we're going to lose about 6 or 7 wide receivers to the 53-man cut anyway. So why are we going to bring someone else in that, unless there's an injury to one of the guys that are supposed to make it? But I would say, though, if we were to bring a veteran dude back, especially after watching the safeties this past preseason game, I'd almost say Jordan Poyer. And again, I'm not saying the talent isn't there for safety. I think it's a lack of leadership.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen with Shakir's injury neither.
Correct.
Right.
So we might need someone for a few weeks to fill in, and Gabe might be the guy. But if we were going to sign somebody, because technically right now we're over the cap already, if we're going to sign anybody, I'd rather sign Justin Simmons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Sign someone that can make a difference. Like Gabe Davis is like, I get it. Everyone thinks about that Kansas City game, 4 catches or 4 touchdowns, whatever. But besides that, the dude did not really, he was average and he dropped so many. So why not sign someone better or younger or that has just, and he's already got another injury on him right now. So who knows if he'd even be ready to go. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I said it in the pre-show to you guys, and it's really simple. Gabe Davis would already be signed and on this team once he became a free agent. If Josh Allen went to Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane and said, "Hey, I want this guy back," it'd have been done already.
Yeah.
Like and it wouldn't be any speculations. Granted, done over. But again, we don't know what some of these injuries are. And again, I have a funny feeling part of this 53-man roster, I think you're going to see that there's going to be a couple spots for players to make it that probably wouldn't, because we have 2 guys that are going on suspension. We have potential of Maxwell Harrison starting the season on an IR. So, which means he'd be out for 4 games. So, well, speaking of that, why don't we get into it? I'll start with the quarterback position. Mike White's going to be our starting quarterback. No, I'm just kidding. I mean,
now, if something happens to Josh Allen before week 1, everybody knows go for Patrick.
Yeah.
I don't condone that.
No. Look, Josh Allen is obviously the starter. It pains me to say it, but Mitch Trubisky has been looking better in the preseason than Mike White.
Yeah.
So I think it's right now going into the 3rd preseason game. Mitch has the backup quarterback spot. It's his job. It's his to lose at this point.
Mhm. Last week's game solidified that when Mike White kind of like imploded on himself. Like he had that it was his spot to win.
Right.
He could have taken over for Mitch at any point, and I don't know what happened, but he imploded. Like he looked terrible on every aspect of the game. So I was high on Mike White too. You know, me and Corey were talking about him at Blue and Red. Like we were high on him.
I thought he was actually going to take Mitch's backup spot, and then
Yep.
I don't know.
And it just I don't trust. I trust Mitch more, and I don't trust Mitch. If that tells you, like, I don't trust Mitch, but I trust Mike White less. So
Kind of like we're all saying. So if something were to happen to Josh, we're done.
yeah, this season's over.
So, Joey, what's your take on the quarterback position?
Well, obviously, number one is Josh Allen with the cape on, because everybody can look at this team and say we got all these great stars and we got these good players, but at the end of the day, the one who makes the game win at the end is the man who puts the cape on, and his name is Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. Then, Mike White, you had the job, bro. You did good in camp. Your first game, you scored more points than Trubisky. And then all of a sudden in camp and during the Chicago Bears game, you just went down the toilet swirly.
It's terrible.
So, yes, it's Josh Allen, Mitchell Trubisky, Mike White. But I think Buechele could actually take Mike White's spot, because there's 6 teams that called Buffalo to get trades for him. Buechele. No one's called for Mike White.
I think again, it at this point, your Mike White and Buechele are playing for the emergency quarterback spot, which again they can throw the third guy there during the season. He doesn't count against the roster. He's just there in the event the other two go down. But all right, Corey, we'll start it with you for the running back position. Who makes the team and who doesn't?
I think, well, obviously Cook is going to be one, especially we all know that now that they got the signing done, like we talked about last week. What's up, bud? And then you got Ty Johnson and Ray Davis for 2 and 3. I think that'll actually go Ray Davis and then Ty Johnson, even though I always mess around and say it the other way. But and then I think Gore will be kind of like last year, the practice squad, and then bring him up. But which I don't know though, because he's had lights. The whole family wants to be in tonight, I guess. And even he's had lights, of looking good. So I think Gore will go back and forth between the practice squad and the team. But like I said, so it's it's almost like quarterback. It's locked in with those 3 automatically unless someone gets hurt.
Well, I'll include fullback in this and say Gilliam is definitely making the team as well. So,
yeah.
Spartan, your take?
Good. Same thing. I got Cook, Davis, Johnson, and Gilliam as fullback. So,
me too.
It's pretty much a lock, same as last year. Keep it the same. The only battle would have been Johnson Davis, but Davis is clearly like a good third down guy, explosive up the middle. So plus he definitely can catch. We saw that last year with that aerobatic catch he made. So I think he's got a solid lock in at number 2.
All right, go ahead.
I think Gore is a good running back. I just think he got a crappy hand because we have 3 good running backs in front of him, because I think he could start for other teams right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think Gore. I think he goes to the practice squad but I don't see him sitting with the Bills on the practice squad for long. Unlike last year, where last year was different. He was in the spot where no team could touch him unless we moved him up. I don't think that's going to be the case this year. I think someone's going to pick him off the practice squad. And my money would be on Dallas because I don't think they have a running back right now.
Go grab your tablet.
So, all right, we'll get into one of the few positions that it's going to be a hit or miss. I'm pretty sure some people are indifferent or not, but we got a lot of wide receivers. My prediction is we keep 6 of them. The 6 I think we keep is Coleman, Shakir, Shavers, Palmer, Moore, and Chenault.
Go ahead, Spartan.
He's like, go ahead. I mean, I got the same. The only thing is, I don't have LaVisca making it. I have KJ Hamler making it. So I just,
Same.
I see more upside to Hamler long term than Chenault. So I think that we're gonna try and build what we have with Hamler and a better product, and then sign him. You know, like they what's he always say? Bean, you draft them, you develop them, you retain them. So hopefully they'll retain Hamler by building him up, and I think that just he has more of an upswing than Chenault does. So
yeah, I mean it's weird too to even see that Curtis Samuel was on the chopping block. But Joey, what do you got for wide receivers?
I have Keon Coleman. I got Shakir, Jordan Palmer. I put Curtis Samuel in my 6 because we owe him. We still have him under contract this year and next year, and it'll be a big cap hit if we let him go. And then I got Elijah Moore in my favorite that fought his way from the practice squad, Terrell Shavers. The 6'4", 3.4 speed, giant, and number 80, Terrell Shavers, sir.
I think every time Shavers touches the ball is like almost a highlight play so far. That dude is like so underrated.
That's like the whole Bills motto, the underdog. You want the underdog to, somehow break through and make it to the 53-man. And if he does, he's one of them, just like Ray Davis, who lived a good life, didn't have a home, and look where he is now.
Yep.
All right. Corey, what's your wide receivers looking like?
Mine is literally exactly the same as Spartans. Shakir, Coleman, Palmer, Moore, Shavers, Hamler. Like you said, Hamler wasn't really on my radar too much until I started going to the training camps. And then on the Hard Knocks, he's just same thing. I think he's had some good plays, but Shavers has looked like, I get it. It's kind of like Joey said. There's bigger name. I think he'd be a starter in Buffalo, like one of the first 3, if there wasn't bigger names in front of him. It's not that he's not good enough to do it. So I think, like you said, give that dude a shot this year, because I think he's going to surprise a lot of people and could slowly move up almost into one of those slots. Not a starter, but very close to. So like you said, we have a lot of people, but who knows? And do not sign Gabe Davis. Fuck him. I love the guy. He killed the playoffs for us. Other than that, he is an average ass receiver, and all the other guys we have that have potential to be cut or be on the team are just as good as him and have been out there working with Allen already. So fuck all that.
We'll sign him to a 2-week contract. 1 week is against the Chiefs in the regular season, then when we play him in the playoffs, you can come back.
We'll see you in the playoffs, buddy.
Quick question though. I mean, you did bring up earlier, Shakir is dealing with a little bit of an ankle injury. We're not quite sure 100% what his status is and how close he is to being back or not. And I know the problem with the ankle sprains is you just never know. These things could be something that bothers you for a month, Some guys it bothers you a week. Some guys it bothers you the entire year. So that might open the door for a guy like Curtis Samuel to obviously maintain, or Chenault or KJ, because if for some reason we have to start Shakir on the IR, that's clearly going to open up a spot for them to say, hey, again, anybody that starts the season on IR, you're out for 4 weeks. So that'll be a 4-week audition that you have to prove that you deserve the spot.
And we let Caden Priger go.
So
Mhm.
Our 7th round draft pick, we let him go yesterday.
Mhm.
well, I mean, I kind of felt bad for him because you're walking into it's not the cream of the crop of the wide receivers, but there was so much depth there that it's like, man, I don't see it. Like, and again, we still have a chance to sign him to the practice squad, which I think might happen. That's if somebody doesn't pick him up first. But all right, we'll move on to the tight end position. I don't think it's going to be a surprise. I'm pretty sure all of us have the same 3 as the guys. I got Knox, Kincaid, and Howe.
I have a 4th on mine. I have Davison as a 4th.
That blew my mind when I saw that too. I was like, okay.
All right. Well,
Mhm.
we'll let you go
He
ahead.
has been around and pretty solid.
Yeah, and that literally that's why I was like, you know what? We've been running the ball more often than we have, and we know that Kincaid struggles with the blocking. So you have 3 tight ends. You have Knox, you have Hawes, you have Davison, all that can block. So do we run a double tight where we can, kind of bring them in for the run and then pop them out? Because they're not going to know who's going to get it then. That's just my thought. We all know Kincaid's had a history with injuries, so that's why I picked a 4th. Because if Kincaid does get injured again, we still have 3 healthy bodies to fill that void. So
Corey?
I agree. It's Knox, Kincaid, and Hawes.
Joey, I'm sure you're same boat.
Yeah, I got the same ones, but the guy that he mentioned, his father used to play in the NFL, so you can't count him out. He might pull it out, Davidson.
mhm.
He's a big boy too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, and like I said, you might have some guys starting the season on IR. We have 2 guys that we know for sure are going to be out for 6 weeks with a suspension. And the nice thing is, for those 6 weeks, they don't count against the roster. So there's 2 spots right there. One of them could be for the 4th tight end for, hey, 6 weeks, man.
Right. And if
Do
Harrison's
whatever
on
you can.
IR, that's 4 games, isn't it?
Yeah, if they start if they go on IR and they're only doing like the partial IR, not the full season, they have to be out for a minimum of 4 weeks.
Right.
So, all right. I do have the O line, but I mean, we know that's pretty much not really changing a whole lot. We know the guys that are going to make that roster. I mean, I got Dawkins, David Edwards, McGovern, Torrance, Brown, and Anderson. I mean, there's not much that needs to be changed on that offensive line.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anybody else that's going to be staying there for that is literally you're just depth and filler in case something happens to one of those other guys. But
There's real no surprise names on that list.
no.
Yeah. Even the backups.
Mhm.
So we'll move into one of the other positions that, might have some controversy. We'll start with the defensive tackle and defensive end. Start with you, Joey. Who do you got staying this for defensive tackle?
I got Greg Russo, Joey, Espinoza, Jackson, Walker. But all my defense that I got staying is Greg Russo, Ed Oliver, Jones, Joey Bosa, AJ Espinoza, Landon Jackson, Xavier Smith, TJ Sanders, Dwayne Carter, Walker, and Hoach and Okunjobi are on the suspension list for 6 weeks, so they don't count. So I got 10.
And I mean, I'm not saying we're going to keep them, but let's be honest. There's no reason to cut them until you get to the point where they're about to come back and say, "Do we need them or not?" So you can. I mean, it's good that it's bad that they did what they did to get suspended, but it is good for the Bills because hey, it gives us another 6 weeks to evaluate a couple other guys before we have to bring these guys back and say, do these guys take a spot, or are they be like, sorry, man, this guy's outperforming you? So,
well, we brought in another offensive lineman, Rush Reamer, yesterday. So I think they're still looking at something out on that line. I don't know if it's for backup or probably, but you know what I'm saying. I don't exactly know.
Right.
Spartan, who do you got for defensive tackle and defensive end?
I got Walker, Dwayne Carter, Russo, Bosa, Oliver, TJ Sanders, Landon Jackson, Epinesa. Hold on, let me get back to my list here. And Solomon.
Yeah, pretty much.
And obviously the two that are suspended that don't count against us. So,
yeah.
Corey?
Same, man. Oliver, Rousseau, Daquan, Bosa, Landon Jackson, Epinesa, TJ Sanders, Dwayne Carter, and then, like you said, the two on IR.
All right, well, we'll start back again with you, Corey. We'll move to linebacker. Who do you got making the team?
Oh, I got Matty Ice, obviously. Hold on, I lost it there. I got Matt Milano, Terrell Benford, Dorian Williams. Buffalo Joe, Shaw Thompson. Did I say Christian Benford already?
You said Bernard, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, Bernard. Yeah. Or Terrell Bernard, my bad. I don't know. I put him down as Terrell Benford. I was like, wait, why do I have Benford twice? What an idiot. Yeah, Terrell Bernard.
You're hoping he can play both spots at once?
Right. It's like, dude, I always mess up. Who is it? Ty
you
Johnson.
Looked at my list because I have him listed as Benford.
Dude, you know what I did? I was like, dude, Spartan's list is pretty much that you put yours before mine. I was like, his is the same as mine's gonna be. Like, I hadn't even looked yet. I was like, that's pretty much mine minus a few players. So I copy and pasted, then just went through and backed out who I didn't want and who I put in.
So
and then it screwed me because I sent it and I was like, oh man, I only sent like 42 players. I still got like 10 more to go. Holy shit.
Well, it's funny because Spartan put on the group chat his list, the first one that he did yesterday. I'm like, wow, he must really be mad at the safeties from the preseason game because he's cutting them all.
Right.
Philly didn't think about it.
Because
I mean, the way they've been playing, fuck it, cut them all and clean house and start fresh.
I mean, I looked at the list. I'm like, well, there's no Bishop. There's like, man, Spartan must really hate them all. Let's screw it. We don't need them. We have a line that's going to get to the quarterback.
Totally forgot to add them. They're on my handwritten one. That's why I said I had to wait till I got home to send it over to you.
But all right, well, we'll start with you on this one, Spartan. We'll go with the safety position.
The safeties.
I mean, we know you want all of them gone, but
yeah, all of them. I don't even care about them. So safeties, I got Rapp, Hancock, Cole Bishop and Cam Lewis.
Okay.
So for safeties,
I have
and Ingram. Sorry, Ingram too. I had 5.
so Joey, what do you got for safety?
I got Tyler Rapp, Cole Bishop, DeMar Hamlin, Jordan Hancock, and Jordan Hancock's being cross-trained between nickel and safety.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got Rapp, Hancock, Bishop, Lewis, and I think the final spot is between Forrest and Hamlin. And obviously, this last preseason game, I think, will be the determining factor of that. But I do think somehow, I think they both end up staying because we've had, Rapp usually gets, 1 or 2 concussions a year. Bishop isn't 100% healthy yet, so we don't really have in the safety position. I definitely can see all those guys making it, but if one of them's going to get cut, it's probably going to be either Forrest or Hamlin, and that'll be determined more than likely after the 3rd preseason game in Tampa. All right, let's get into the cornerback position. I have Benford, Harrison, White, Hardy, Strong, and Ingram. Now, that's going to be another one where I think Harrison will start the season on IR as more so of a precaution to make sure he is ready. Because again, we really don't. We could use him week 1 against the Ravens, but the more focus is when we get to the speedier receivers towards the middle part of the season. But it's also just that reassurance that he's good to go when he does come back instead of bringing him back too soon. So that again might be the spot where you get again that will open up a spot for somebody that might be on the cut list to say, hey, you got 4 more games. Spartan, what's your take on cornerback?
For corner, I got Harrison, Johnson, White, Jackson, and Strong. Those are my 5.
Corey?
I only got 4. I did Maxwell Harrison, Taron Johnson, Trey White, and Jamarcus Ingram.
Okay. Joey?
I got Christian Benford, Tre'Davious White, Taron Johnson, Dane Jackson, Cam Lewis, Dorian Strong, Jamarcus Ingram, and Maxwell Harrison on pup list.
Oh, I completely lied. I forgot I added more because I had to add the thing. That's right. I have, Benford, Dorian Strong, and I actually put only because of his name, and I don't think he is doing good enough to make it, but I think with injuries and stuff, he will, is Hamlin.
Yeah, like I said, I just think that there's so many question marks at that position that it's like we need all the depth we can get. I think he makes the team just based on that alone. So
Right.
But again, well, I really think they were hoping that Cole was going to take that next step in year 2, and I just ain't seeing it.
Mm-mm.
I mean, there's still a chance that he does when the regular season hits, but again, we've said it before with other players. I don't care how talented. I don't care what the upside is. If you can't be healthy enough to be on the field, you're not any good to us.
Right.
Your best asset has to be being able to show up, and if you're constantly hurt, it's just a waste.
Well, that's like KJ Hamler. I love the dude. He's an awesome wide receiver, but every chance he gets to be on the field,
yeah.
Right.
So, all right, the last position spot that we have is, and I don't think there's any real surprise. I'm pretty sure it's the 3 that are still there as the special teams: Bass, Robinson, and Ferguson. I mean,
I got Ray Davis as our kicker, baby.
Hey, if you do that, that opens the door for Frank Gore.
There you go.
Right, and then you have him slotted as a kicker, so that right. I love it. I love it.
That would be McDermott going all in, saying, "You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting fired at the end of the year. Have at it, boys. Do what you want."
Do any of you have Shaq Thompson making the team?
I do not.
Mm-mm.
I'm
No.
probably the only one then.
Is that his name, Shaq or Shaw?
Oh, Shaq. I put Shaw. I have him.
I think it is.
He's the
Shaq
guy that
Thompson.
he's the one that came from Carolina, and
The
our
middle,
defensive coordinator said that he's a pleasure to have in camp. So I don't know. He might be.
the
I mean, he didn't say
linebacker.
he was great or anything. He just said he's a pleasure to have. So
Yeah, I thought it was Shaw for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I do have him. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only reason you would probably have him around is, again, it would be for that veteran experience that he would bring. But it's hard for me to say that he's going to make it looking at the linebackers that are ahead of him.
yeah,
So, and again,
The Hard Knocks thing has you in your head too if you watch it, because they show players and show like highlight all their good plays. So you're like, damn, they're killing it. And then like I gotta remember, but that's just for that. Like, are they really? That's why I have Hamler in there. But is he really good enough to make it?
what do you guys give Hard Knocks so far for what they've shown us? Like 1 through 10, 10 being the best.
The first episode alone is a
The
10.
one was a 10, but the other ones not so much.
Yeah.
I give the whole series so far about maybe an 8. Episode 1 was great, and I haven't seen this recent one yet. I haven't had a moment to do it yet this week, but I'll probably get there tomorrow or Friday. But I mean, but episode 2 was a little telling that the whole James Cook Holden might have just been a thing for Hard Knocks.
Right.
I think they had the
Right.
deal done before. They're like, hey, wait till after this episode airs, then sign him.
Mhm.
Well, it's
Was
like I
it-
talked to some. Go ahead, Spartan.
No, you're good.
I was just going to say. Oh, go ahead, Joey.
Go ahead. Yeah. Now I forgot what the hell I was going to say.
Well, then I'll go. It's just like the DeMar Hamlin thing. Like they're playing that up, and we don't even know if he's going to make the team this year. And last year we know it was a feel good story. That's part of the reason why he made the team last year. I mean, he was doing better, but he seems to have taken a step back this year from what it seems in camp. And I don't have him on my list. I don't think he's making the team this year. I think that they play up things just to kind of pull those heartstrings on you, and that's what they did with. I think they did that with the Cook one too. Kind of built up that hype. Yeah, I mean he was probably holding out, but they played it a little bit more than what it needed to be played at. Like they probably could have had that thing if Hard Knocks wasn't here. It would have been solved 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
but I think they
Well,
held out even
technically-
longer for the Hard Knocks.
Technically, it's called a hold in.
Yeah, hold in.
I was like, I understand the difference, but it's the same thing to me.
Yeah,
But when you
you're not
see-
playing, you're just
When you
showing
see
up.
him on this episode of Hard Knocks, because on this third episode they showed a little in depth, like behind the scenes in the office of Cook signing the deal with Brandon Bean and shaking hands for a second, and they asked Cook, and he was like, you can see the emotion a little bit. He was like, I don't want it to be that. I didn't ever want it to be that. I just want to play football. Like I love playing football. And I think he was showing that at first because he was showing up, practicing. He was doing the training camps, even went to training camp. Why all of a sudden, like you said, he just stopped for a week?
Mhm.
And then that one episode came out, and then you called it last week, Pat. And then 11, or what was it, Spartan? One of you guys, 11 o'clock hit, and they signed the contract.
literally right after the episode aired.
Mhm.
Right.
So, and again, look, we all said during the off season, we all had pretty much the same opinion on it when he wasn't showing up and he was saying all the stuff on Twitter and stuff. Was there a bit of a concern? Sure, because it didn't seem like he was all in, and we all said, "Look, we just want a guy that's all in," and we all said the same thing. 90% of the noise would have just went away. All he had to do was show up. Didn't have to practice or anything. He just had to show up. But when he wasn't showing up, it's like, is there something here? Is there something that we're not seeing? So
Yeah, he was talking with HBO producers.
yeah,
Right.
funny. But he was doing that before it was announced that Hard Knocks was doing. But maybe
Well, they
they.
probably knew. They just didn't announce it to us.
So
Like
all
some
right.
of the people that I talked to said they'd like to see more of the football side of things
Mhm.
on Hard Knocks, and I'm like, that's probably Sean McDermott telling them you need to stay out of my practices because I don't want anybody
Right.
to see it.
I
got
think that was
Because
part
I'll
of
tell
how
you right
Sean-
now, Sean McDermott's not just going to sit there and let it all happen. Oh no,
Right.
oh no. See, this ain't happening now.
Right. I think when they told him Hard Knocks was coming, he said, like, I don't know if they actually wrote up a clause or did something, but I'm pretty sure he was like, you're not allowed here, 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 and here.
Right.
I mean, I know he can't, but you can tell, like they said, week 1 is the Ravens. That is a game that could determine the number 1 seed of the AFC East. And that could be everyone's talking about, oh, we want to run it back in Buffalo against Kansas City. I said it before. But we could be fuck Kansas City. They could be the 3 seed this year. We could be playing in Buffalo or Baltimore against Baltimore for the fucking Super Bowl. So that game week 1 is one of, if not the biggest game of the week. Like that game right there is the hottest game of the week, I think. And I'm really not being biased as a Bills fan. That could be the AFC East Championship game ran back
the
again.
AFC,
And whoever
not AFC East, the
or-
AFC.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I got so could be the AFC, and whoever wins that game, this first game, that could be the potential 1 seed decider is this game. So, like you said, Joey, he's not letting nothing out, and I think that's why Spartan said before we didn't run man coverage last week in the preseason game, and we're not going to really. I don't know if we do put our starters in this week at all. If we do, maybe for a play or a drive or something, or I mean a play for a drive, but I think McDermott's holding back from Hard Knocks and they don't want nothing seen. That way, week 1 they come out and smash these dudes in the face.
If you look during the last preseason game, like our whole playbook, both offense and defense, is watered down.
Right.
Like it's like bread and butter plays that you play in high school.
Yep.
Like we're not running special, like none of these plays are special.
We
It's
haven't even
very
heavy
vanilla.
blitz.
Yeah, very Manila. So I mean, I think that's McDermott's plan, not only with Hard Knocks, to show them the Manila side of it all, and we're gonna play that same thing in preseason because again, it's just a time for us to see what these players are about. Now, if they can get the bread and butter stuff, the other stuff's coachable to get those special plays in, but they got to nail the bread and butter. And right now, it doesn't seem like some of our players are nailing that bread and butter. So
Even the end around was basic. The
So-
end around these nuts, Jared.
We'll talk about it a little bit. We'll talk about it a little bit here, but we do have one more preseason game this week. They will be in Tampa. I wanted to go, but with the trip coming to Buffalo 2 weeks later, I was just like,
you don't want to go, Patrick. No one's playing.
Actually, I have a funny feeling we'll probably see Josh Allen and probably the starters in the first drive.
Maybe just to get some legs under them, but they ain't playing anything longer than 4 downs.
No, I mean,
If it goes to a fit, like if we get a first down, they're pulling them.
well, you'll probably see what we saw last year with when Josh Allen did go in the one preseason game where he went in 3 plays, touchdown. All right, Josh, you're done.
Yep.
Right.
If it just
But I
looks
don't know,
off,
man. I don't know if they risk it.
I think they need to at least to get him to make sure he still has fresh legs going into
Right.
that Baltimore game. Because if not, like all he has is practices for,
I'm gonna say all he got
entire
against another
preseason.
team was that bear practice, right?
Like he needs some real live action coming at him.
Look, and I'm not
Well,
going to
like-
lie. You saw the
well,
Monday
like we heard. Go ahead.
when you saw the Monday night game between the Bengals and the Commanders. When you saw the first couple of drives where Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels were going as if it was a regular game. I mean, it was exciting to watch.
Mhm.
Now, granted, I was also thrilled because, hey, it's not Josh Allen doing it, but at the same time, I agree. Those guys do need to get a couple reps out on the field just to get in the rhythm of game rhythm. Because guess what? After this, you got almost an entire 2 weeks before you have another game.
Mhm.
So,
Well,
and it's
like like Bobby Babbage said on HBO. No, you got to stay away from number 17. We all know he's our ticket. Without Josh, it's over.
Mhm.
Without Josh, that if somebody just accidentally falls into him and he gets something wrong with him, it's over, bro. It's over.
Yeah.
oh, I agree.
I think, like, I'm pretty sure Jared right there. They said the joint scrimmage. They showed it in that the new episode of Hard Knocks. They show that joint scrimmage between them, and I mean that first team, they dominated. I thought they
Yeah.
it looked like. I mean, I know again they're just showing clips for Hard Knocks to make the Bills look good because it's for the Bills. But all the things I've read, the defense, the offense, they dominated in the thing. So I don't, like you said, I want to see them, and I think they need it. But this is the first year that I've said it. I don't want. There's been so many non-contact injuries this year that I'd be like, what? I'd be the first one to be like, put him out there, let him do it. But then if there was one, I'd be like, what the God damn it? So I don't.
And it's not
But
even.
then again, you can get hurt anytime. So who cares?
Yeah, it's not even just contact. It's just soft tissue. You know,
Right.
like you roll an ankle or something like that. Like it's happening, and it's not just with the Bills. It's across the league.
Yeah.
You know, it's happened way more frequently in the last few years, from what I've noticed, is that we're getting a lot of soft tissue injuries preseason, which then puts your starters, in a predicament come week one. Are you going to play hurt, or are you going to nurse it and have to be out for 4 weeks? Like, what are you doing?
We know all too well about toe injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Like Curtis Samuel's toe injury. We drafted a guy from Syracuse in the first round who had nothing but toe problems.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sammy Watkins.
Yep.
And he was off the field more than he was on the field.
Right, man. That dude, that guy, I used to say, I always wanted him to get healthy again and like be like he was in college. But I was like, that man robbed the whole NFL, dude. Every team he went to, I think he played 2 or 3 games, had 1 or 2 highlight plays here or there, and that was it.
He's got a Super Bowl.
Right. That's why I'm like, that dude robbed the whole NFL, got paid, oh man.
Well,
But he was a beast in college.
man, I don't even want to talk about that draft because let's be honest, that and again, at the time, nothing against Sammy Watkins as the player, but that draft that year was so loaded with wide receiver talent. Like most of the ones that are still around, like Devontae Adams, he didn't go in the first round. Mike Evans,
Nope.
I mean, so,
Right.
but we moved up, and I'm like, oh my god, we moved up to 4th. We're going to take Khalil Mack, who's sitting there on the board, because
Right.
and then they take Sammy Watkins. Like, why? We don't have a quarterback. So I was like, all right, that's great. And they're talking about how good he was and Clemson and everything. I'm like, that's great. Well, who's throwing him the ball?
Right.
Like, I don't care.
Didn't Khalil Mack play in Buffalo?
Yep.
For
UB.
Yeah.
Played for UB.
Yep. UB. He was one of the first big players to come out in UB in recent years.
Yeah.
I know they had a couple back in like the late 70s, early 80s, but UB hasn't produced any NFL talent until Khalil Mack.
But Khalil Mack,
went, there was like 4 or 5 that came out since then.
he wasn't just the guy that came out from there. He was a generational talent that came from there, and it's like,
They were just talking to him the other day. He was playing in the game, and they were like, "Yep, that's the linebacker from UB." he's once in a lifetime talent. They were talking all about him, talking about all the accolades and stuff he had. And I'm like, I was hoping they were going to do what they did, like for Joe, like nobody draft him. And we're just like, hey, why don't you come in? You know what I'm saying? And we'll try you out, get him like we did Joe. But I knew somebody would take him.
Oh,
I thought that quarterback was going to do something that was it Patterson?
Yeah.
From UV that we got undrafted. I thought he was going to end up doing good because he did very well for UB.
Didn't Webb come from UB too?
Webb came from UB too. Yep.
A lot of Steel players.
Yeah, they have a very quality program there, and it's very under the radar.
They make very good linebackers.
Yep,
for sure. They had some running back. He had like 350 yards in a ball game. I think it was like 4 years ago. He went to
Kansas City.
Patterson.
Yeah, Patterson.
Yeah, didn't he go to Kansas City or something?
Washington,
that's where he went. Washington.
And you know what's funny is he had a few games there where it's like, wow, this guy's going to look like a stud there, and then we just never heard from him again. So
yeah, I don't think he ever developed into what they thought he was going to be.
Well, so not to get off the Bills, but it's funny. The Commanders are holding out Brian Robinson, their running back, this week from playing in the event that they land a trade deal. I can't believe that they're about to trade their best running back away. You don't have Terry McLaurin there. You won't re-sign him for some reason. You're about to you want to trade your best friend. Like, what are you doing to Jaden Daniels? You're about to ruin this kid.
I feel like he's like the Giants and the Jets, man. Just get rid of everybody and try and.
You just had a great season last year, so yeah, you fell short against the Eagles to get to the Super Bowl. But damn, why are you getting rid of all the guys that are the reason you got there?
Right.
Didn't the Giants do that? Dayball's first year, they make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
They seem to be doing well under Dayball, and then Dollar Store Dayball showed up the next year, and he was completely different. And
you see Daniel Jones has been named as the starter.
Yeah.
Who is?
Yeah.
Of the Colts.
Daniel Jones is the starter for the Colts, dude. Isn't that wild?
They benched Richardson.
Which I think is stupid, man. The kid wasn't bad.
Nate Peterman right now. I saw this like earlier this week. Somebody they brought him in.
Yeah, they just brought in Nate Peterman, dude.
Yeah,
I can't fucking believe that.
I think it was the Jets.
I'm calling Colin Kaepernick before I call Nate Peterman.
But
I'm calling Colin Kaepernick first. Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm not calling Kaepernick.
Well, look at how we got 2 or 3 quarterbacks that are almost 50 years old throwing the ball.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, they do what the one for the Browns. I forget his name, but he's like, he's old, and so is freaking Rodgers.
If Rodgers wasn't fucking sucking down mushrooms and ayahuasca all fucking day, he wouldn't be out there.
Yeah, but the scary thing about Joe Flacco is he might be up there in age. The dude could still move.
Yeah. He can sling that thing still too.
Right. Flacco is actually saying Rodgers is just high as fuck. Like,
Aaron Rodgers has no business being on the field.
He's inconsistent, and I don't like him. Flacco, I respect him because he is consistent every time he plays. He's not good,
Russ Wilson
not great. He's not terrible. He's not bad. He is neutral. He plays a decent game, and I respect him for that.
Oh,
even Russ Wilson's almost 40. Holy shit, he's 36.
Yeah. Like I said, you watched him.
His hairline's 80, but
I remember when he was a young, like rookie kid, dude. Holy fuck, I'm getting old.
Well, and again, the other thing that you'll see with this 53-man roster, and when all the teams get down, you're probably going to see a bunch of guys moving around as in trades right before the start of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And I said it going into the offseason, and I'll say it now. I'm still not opposed to offering the Giants, hey, we'll send you Mitch Trubisky for Jameis Winston. I think that secures the backup position for quarterback right there. Sure, he's going to probably turn the ball over a lot, but he
I
can
think,
run.
I think you take
He's like,
Samuel and a pick.
Hey,
Take Curtis Samuel and a like they said, a 5th round pick or something, and try to get a 7th rounder next year or something.
well,
Take
you
like
know
a
what?
5th rounder from way in the future.
Davis is already running the ball and kicking it. The hell with it. Let's just give him another position to add on to his repertoire.
Hey,
Mhm.
Travis Hunter's about to play 2 positions. Why can't Ray Davis?
If you
I-
trade
I-
Samuel,
kicker.
that would take care of his cat.
I am curious. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to watch a little. Obviously, once the Bills games are over and if they're playing, I'll probably watch a little bit of the Jags just because I'm curious to see what they do with Travis Hunter. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't foresee him playing both wide receiver and corner in every game all the time, but you never know.
As long as he doesn't look like Gronkowski out there on defense,
Yeah.
he'll be good.
If we need it, I'm telling you, I think if it came down to it, I think Trey White could play safety. In a
He
pinch.
might be a better
If-
safety right now with his
Right,
age and his speed slowing down.
right.
Safety might
Once
be a better
Harrison's healthy again and the other dude, I think if Trey White doesn't have that step where he's losing, put the other two and throw him back at safety.
Yeah,
That's
but
why
I would say if they
that's
were
why
going
they're
to go ahead, Joey. Sorry.
that's why they're cross training Hancock for safety and nickel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say if they were going to consider that, they would have already been working with him on doing that. But hey, you never know.
Maybe they have, Pat, and that's one of the things they're not putting out.
Hey,
you never
I
know.
can't say they are until I see it.
You never know.
Pat, I went to 3 training camps. All right. I know what I'm no.
He's an expert. He's an expert.
I know what I saw out there, okay? I saw
We're-
Keon Coleman returning kickoffs. I saw
We're-
Khalil Shakir returning kickoffs, okay?
Corey, where's your expert training camp badge at?
Yeah, right.
Who knows? We could see Taylor Swift long snapping for the Chiefs because they're
Oh,
almost broke.
Right. That's why I said I think the Ravens and the Bills are going to be 1 and 2 this year, and the Chiefs will be the 3rd seed. But then again, it's always the Chiefs, and the NFL likes to suck their dick, so who knows?
Well, I mean, the Ravens game is really for both sides is a statement game because it's like we will. The winner of that game is going to be able to sit there and say we're the powerhouse of the AFC this year.
Mhm.
However,
Right.
I'm also not. Let's just say the Bills happen to lose that game to the Ravens. I don't want it to happen either. I would like for them to beat the Ravens, but I'm not because it's a week 1 game. I'm not panicking. It's not the end of the year.
Right.
I mean, you're right. It might have implications towards the end of the season. But man, if we take care of business the rest of the year, we'll be fine.
Right.
So
If it's like
I don't
a
wanna-
touchdown or a field goal, I'm not worried. But if they blow us out, then I'm like, oh shit.
oh yeah, I don't want to see that.
I know this is old news, but I would like to thank the Eagles for beating the hell out of Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. I seen him get punched in the face and a bunch of other stuff, and I freaking loved every minute of it.
I swear that dude, that was one of the best. And I'm a die-hard Bills fan, obviously. But I was never cheering so loud like it was a Bills game. Every time he went on his ass, I'm like, they got him again, baby.
Go back.
I was thinking about flags at one point. I was like, these fuckers have finally been exposed. The game before during the Bills with all them fucking flags. And then this game happened. I was like, these fuckers finally got exposed. That's why I was like, 1 or 2 things will happen this year. The NFL is going to stop pushing them so hard and sucking their dick, or they're going to just fucking mow through it. But I don't, knock on wood. I'm not,
I will tell
not
you
that
that
they're not going to be there at the end of the year. I'm not worried about them.
any shred of any respect that I ever had against Mahomes, I lost every ounce of it because I mean, if I had anything, it was this much.
Right.
Okay, it was that much. But that
Right.
went out the window when he got like hit and he didn't pull an Allen and throw the goddamn football at the dude. Like Allen would have thrown the football at him, got up and been like, "What's up?"
Right. Right.
That's Allen.
You just
Mahomes was probably like, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
right.
Yeah, and it's funny
That's-
because if you go back to that Super Bowl game and you just watch a couple of hits, if you can get the angle, the replay angle, have the officials, you could see the officials wanted to reach in their pocket and grab that flag, but you could tell somebody on their headphones, "Don't do it." They've been talking all the 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl how we were rigging this. We can't let this happen again. And then
Right.
there were times you saw Mahomes staring at the official after he got clobbered. Guys, you're supposed to call this.
Well, I think the
I gave you
Eagles
a Christmas
coaches said that
present.
in the beginning.
Right.
Right. I think the Eagles had higher up guys said that in the beginning, like, fuck it. If they're going to call the penalties, let them call them. Go out there and hit them. Just fucking hit them.
13 freaking bags of Christmas presents for the referees, and we all wonder why they won the game. Now, I
Right.
got a question. What do y'all think of that new first down thing? Do you think it's any faster than the officials looking at a TV and making a decision?
No.
Maybe once they work the kinks out, but right now it's slow as shit.
It's slow as hell.
Like,
When they did it the other night, I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then I was like, I feel like the officials could have told us already, and we could be back. to the
Right, that's
game.
what
All right.
I think it should matter for spot of the ball if there's a question of where the ball was.
Right.
Yeah.
Other than that, for first downs, you can just pull the chain gang out, and it doesn't take them that long.
Right.
See, now
But
that's
if
my
you
take
have a
on it.
question, did he obtain a first down or not? Because forward progression, he was in the middle of a pile. Yes, utilize that. But
Well,
for
see-
just did he make the first down and clearly you know where the ball went down at? Just run the chain gang out. It takes not even a minute.
Right.
It takes them 2 minutes
They
to
don't
do the
need to
damn.
change it. They didn't need to change anything or make something new when you didn't even bother to even bring the chains out. So it's like
Yeah.
you weren't using what you already had. How do we know they're going to use this now?
Yeah.
Right.
So
But yeah, I think they should just use it for, if they have a question of where the forward progression landed him, or the spot of the ball based off of where the ref placed the ball when he came back inbounds, something like that. Like that would be my thought process for you utilizing that for the first year, because you got to work the kinks out, because they're working the kinks out right now, and it's the slowest process in the world. Like you can go to a commercial break with 6 commercials in it and come back and they still haven't came up with where the hell the ball is. Like,
Get rid of that thing and do, what is it? Is it the XFL or that International League, whatever, where they have the thing where the ref looks at it, but then the call comes from upstairs, and like the guy watching the screen right there is the one that makes the call. Bring that shit in, man. Those ones go like in second. The ref goes, all right, upstairs, and as you're watching the replay, the guy that's making the call is explaining why he's like, look, this, and you're like, okay. Right. And then right there is no thing. The guy looking at the screen's doing it. Not a ref. No, man. Just let them fucking call it, and then it's over. Get back to the play.
Well, it's like that one league that the wrestler owns, The Rock. They have it right in the ball. And you're telling me that the NFL doesn't have enough money to bring this in?
Right.
Well, that's what they did with with the balls this year. There's that chip in there. That's why they're able to do the distance. But they're just so slow at it. They never did trial runs apparently prior to these games on how
In this
they
new
judge it.
In this damn new catch rule. Like, I've seen so many balls where one guy's had a finger on it and the ball's touching the turf, and they're like, "Oh, that's a catch. That's a catch."
Right.
Like in all my years of football, that would have been an incompletion automatically.
Yeah.
Crap.
Dude,
Would've been crap.
between that shit and the fucking kick rules, man, those two about almost have me not watching football sometimes. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here.
You only got to tackle. You can only tackle a certain way. You got to pull out a pillow and a blanket for their damn ass because they're so soft now.
Quarterbacks anymore, man.
Do you hear the new kick rule with the touchbacks to the 35 now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's a short field for us.
That.
Yeah,
I was like, the fucking. I was like, you might as well just give them go ahead and give them a field goal at that point. Give them 3 points. Dude.
Insane.
Well, anybody but the Browns.
Yeah.
Don't worry, the Browns will have Justin Tucker soon.
Yeah.
He can have his happy endings with Deshaun Watson at the same time.
Well, he'll fit right in.
Again, if he ends up signing with him, I don't think any of us would be surprised.
Yeah.
I know he's gone. I know he's suspended for 10 days or 10 games, but so. And then, so we'll talk real quick on it. But it's funny is you got the receiver for the Chiefs, Rice. Looks like he's going to play the beginning part of the season, and then they're going to decide if he gets suspended. I'm like, why don't you just suspend him now and get this over with?
Right.
We all
Isn't
know
that
it's
wild?
Honestly,
We
I
all
would
know-
rather them. I would rather them wait because you know what? When he gets suspended later, we play them, so
Yeah.
he'll be sitting out for us. So
Well, they said it might be up to a double number games. They're not sure. It could be as low as 3. It could be as many as 12.
Yep.
Right.
But
So,
they're saying,
like-
by week 2 they should have a thing. But what do we play? We play the Chiefs. What, week 6 or 7?
8.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Let 'em
so
wait.
I mean,
Let him wait and
regardless,
figure out
even
week
if it's
2
a
or 3.
3-game suspension, we're right in the mix of it. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
trust me, I want to win every game against Kansas City, but I'll take a loss during the regular season to kick their ass in the playoffs because
yeah,
that's where we
that-
can't
that's
seem to
the
get it done.
Change
Yep.
it up a little bit.
Pat's been
Right.
Pat's been the voice for that whole the thing. We can beat them in the regular season, and we lose in the fucking playoffs. Let's switch it up a bit.
Right.
Would you be mad if it happened?
No, I mean,
No.
I would be mad during
Yeah.
the season because we lost to them. But if we beat them in the playoffs, then I would change my tune.
Yeah, you'll get
Obviously,
over
Right.
it.
I'm a fan and I want to get to the dance.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I mean, look, and you're looking at it even as a person that likes to do fantasy. It's mind-boggling because this guy has the potential to be a top drafted wide receiver, but how do you do that knowing the guy's looking? I've heard it's probably going to be 6 games, and it should be at least minimum of 6. It shouldn't be less than that. But the interesting thing is, no matter what they decide it is, he can't appeal it because right now the Players Association is in shambles. There's nobody there to help the player appeal. So once it's decided, that's it. But it's like I'd almost rather you just do it now and get it over with.
Right.
I don't care when they do it. He's not one of our players, so they can get him halfway through the year for all I care. I don't care.
No, but it's also one of those things when you're looking back, even just as a fan of the NFL, it's like, why do you like if the guy does something wrong like this? Why do you have to necessarily wait until all the legal stuff goes through? Look, he did something bad, and it was against the NFL rules. Regardless of how the legal situation goes, he should still face a suspension.
Yeah. Well, it's
You know?
like we've all been watching football for a while. Now we all know back in the day you couldn't take nothing. You couldn't take $100 bills from somebody, a gas card. Oh, I got a car for you. You wouldn't be even eligible for the NFL draft. Now these kids are making millions of dollars before they even get to the NFL.
On these NIL.
And now you got people like you got these quarterbacks like Jameson Winston. Oh, because he made money.
Right.
He don't care. He got money.
Yep. And that's why all of them, they get the slightest injury. Oh, my fingernail broke. I'm sitting out. I don't want to play because you already got millions of dollars. Like, what the fuck? Why you think them dudes back in the day were breaking dudes, smacking dudes? Because they were
See,
doing it
they-
for $700,000.
They ain't people like us. Some of these people work paycheck to paycheck. They got big money.
Right.
They don't have to worry about that. They get a paper cut. Oh, I'm out for 2 weeks.
Right. Mark Maddox hangs out with people like us at the Rager with the 24-second like, and dude played for the Bills in the prime. Like, these dudes now, like, it's insane
What his
the
name-
money
I
these
forget
guys
what his
make.
name is, but my dad would always tell me there was the one dude that literally he broke his pinky, went to the locker room, told him to just cut it off and tape it up, and went back on the field.
Right.
That's
Dude,
insane.
So here's a funny fact about me. Do you know who my high school football coach was?
These nuts.
Jesus,
I got him again.
He was a former Bills lineman. I had a former Bills
Okay.
lineman as my coach. God, I'm drawing a
I
blank.
thought you were going to say Corey's wife.
Yeah. No. We done talked enough about her.
Right.
Unless she's still in the picture.
Hey, she's right behind you, Corey.
So that's
Um,
the dog.
I literally, like, you guys talk about, like, the players in the day playing for, basically their livelihood. Like, Ken Jones was his name. Ken Jones was my high school football coach. So when I got out of the active duty Army and I came back to Western New York, guess who was working at Home Depot? Ken Jones.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, like, you're not going to see players that are playing in the league nowadays working at Home Depot because they got to pay bills.
Right.
They're making too much bank. So, like, I get what you guys are saying. Like, they're all, whiny little bitches.
My son says stuff about quarterbacks because, like, I showed him film from, like, the old Bills games, like Jim Kelly and stuff, and how they'd get hit, and how they'd get hit in the face and knocked out and all that stuff. And Nick's like, I'll tell you what, Dad, these quarterbacks nowadays couldn't take that. I said, you're damn right they couldn't take it, dude. They'd always be out. They'd always be on the sideline hurt.
You'd have maybe one or two quarterbacks a year, that could take a hit like that. Not all the time, but could.
Right.
Like, Allen's taken some pretty big hits.
He was out last year when he was on the ground.
Yeah.
Even Tom Brady's
Like,
punk ass got wrecked by Nate Clements and got
Allen
up
played
and kept
through
going.
injuries.
Yeah.
I know for a fact the last 2 years Allen has played through injuries
Yeah.
for most of the season.
Like a broken hand.
Quarterbacks would have been like, pussy
I mean,
hurts.
don't take this the wrong way, but he broke his hand last year in week 1 and played really well and had him in 2. So
Right.
guess what we're doing the week after the 3rd preseason game? Josh, get in here. We're breaking your hand.
One MVP with a broken hand.
It's like they you're gonna have a couple that are gonna be in the league that are, we'll say strong-willed, that will drive on past those hits. But 99% of this league, if it was in the 80s, they'd be crushed.
Yeah.
Just
tell you right now,
the blindside hits, like, you don't see blindside hits like you used to.
No.
Right.
No.
Those leveling hits. What was that one hit? What was it? Nate Clements had on Brady.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I have no idea how Tom Brady got up.
No,
Tom Brady said-
collar tackles.
Tom Brady said straight out, that's the hardest I've ever been hit in my career.
Yeah. He said he remembers that hit like it was yesterday.
He sees the replay and he feels it.
What's it? Think about what's his name there. Broke his legs. Dude, he got all the pins and shit in his legs and all that, and then ended up still.
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith, dude, imagine, dude.
Yeah.
They said he'd never come back to play. Guess what? He did.
Right.
Yep.
Gets hit so hard, you get CPE and shit like that, man. That's Dolphins quarterback there going up good signs.
Is there one quarterback that's in the NFL right now that you think would have survived back then? I could think of one,
Allen.
and that's Matthew Stafford.
Yeah,
He did. Even Matt Stafford, he had a dislocated shoulder, went out. They're like, it's out, it's out. They threw it back in real quick, and like
Went
2
back
plays
out
later,
there and
he was
played.
right touchdown. And then right after
He
that
said-
touchdown,
He said,
you see the guys, you see the guys come to cheer, and he's like, "Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Don't touch me!" He's like, "Get the fuck out of here."
he's like, my arm hurts. My arm hurts, but if you need me to throw, coach, I can throw. If you need me to throw, I can throw. No, I'm not coming out. I can throw.
Yeah.
He had a broken finger and everything. That man will play through everything.
Yep.
There's
Now-
a couple
He's
hard
like-
bodies
now
in the
stub a
league,
toe,
but
and I'm not
there's
playing.
a lot of not so hard bodies.
He's like Ben Roethlisberger back in the day. Big Ben took a lot of crap. I mean, he played with a broken foot.
Yeah,
Well,
that
let's
dude's
I call it all the time. Look, you take Big Ben or Brett Favre. Let's call it what it is. Brett Favre was either the most durable human being on the planet, or he was just too stupid to be hurt.
Right.
Right.
He took some, like, there were times in Green Bay, he took some nasty hits. It's like, he can't be getting up. Wait, he's getting up? He's still playing? What?
Right.
that's where Josh Allen got all his stuff from.
If
Yeah.
Brett Favre were to play in the NFL from the time that Tom Brady don't hit low, don't touch, let's baby the quarter. If he played then till now, that guy's probably playing until he's 70. Easily.
Mhm.
Right.
Well, there's a lot of players that probably could have played longer if they didn't chop block you or do any of that stuff that's illegal now because it was taking people's careers away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
Like
that
now-
one guy that hit our player on the sideline, hit him in the knee, and took him out because he was mad. It wasn't even a play. He was just upset, and he took our player out. He was done forever.
Yeah.
Right.
What's that? What was that BB hit where he landed on his head? Like you don't see that in the NFL.
Yeah.
anymore. You can't take a receiver's legs out from under him.
Right.
So you ain't never going to see a hit like that. But BB got right up after that play.
You sure
They used
did.
to teach him. They used to teach him to lead with the crown of your helmet and put it
Yeah.
right in the center of their chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember learning that at like 7 years old and freaking Pop Warner like CB 18 football.
Well, you see, it's like they all side tackle kind of to get the guy down. But like when I was a kid, they wanted you to hit the guy, spread his legs open, pick him up in the air, put your shoulder into his chest, and drive him into the ground. Okay.
Right.
Now, let me tell you something. It feels good doing that, but people do get hurt.
Yep. It
So-
was like a nice pile driver, man. It really was.
They got rid of the hip drop tackle, which
Yeah.
if you've played youth football, that's how they tell you go to the side and pull him down. 'Cause
Yeah.
they don't want you plowing through him because they don't want you to hurt him. So
Well,
now you
another
realize-
thing, it's like a thing that aggravates me is they don't want you to lower your helmet on a guy who's coming at you like a running back, right?
Yeah.
But it's okay for him to lower his helmet on me?
Yeah.
Like I can't protect myself? No, how? I'm just supposed to sit here and, okay, hit me with the helmet? No, dude.
Yeah,
There's
no
some
leading
things that
with the
just don't
helmet
make
on
sense.
offense. There's no leading with the helmet on offense, but there's leading with the helmet on defense.
All right,
Make it
fellas.
make
Well,
sense.
Yeah.
we've hit the 117 mark. Went a little over than we normally would, but
117.
yeah, there you go. We did that for you, Spartan. Not just kidding. So we'll give some final thoughts. If you want to talk about preview of the last preseason game, whatever. But Joey, we'll start with you. Any final thoughts before we call it a night?
The first two games we've seen wasn't that great, but like we said earlier, this is where you get all the kinks and stuff out. I hope this is the last preseason game we see some steps in the right direction. And Sean McDermott doesn't say the whole team sucked pretty much. Because at that rate, I'm still not worried because we got Josh Allen in the starters, but at that rate, our depth isn't that good. And at what rate can we lose people and still be okay?
Mhm.
Corey, any final thoughts?
I pretty much agree with Joey wholeheartedly on that, man. Like you said, I want to see. I'm not too impressed with the last two games. I mean, there was some good things, don't get me wrong, but I want to see the depth guys this week more than I want to see the starters, as much as that sounds weird. I want these depth guys to prove something because, like Joey said, if we start getting injuries, where are we going from here? I don't want. So, besides that, the starters and them look good in the little bit of clips you could see from the scrimmage with the Bears. So we got one more preseason game, and then we're on to Bills football for real, for real. So I'm ready. It's getting here.
Spartan?
Again, I'll agree with Corey, Joey. First two games sucked. I just my biggest thing is I just don't want to see any more injuries. The injury bug has plagued us enough. I want to see us come out healthy. I want us to still test, these bubble guys, the guys that are right on the cusp of making that 53-man roster. Seeing what they have to offer, but I just want everyone to remain healthy, so that way we can, come out with our best showing week one against a pretty stacked powerhouse of a Ravens team. We all know that they have a very good offensive roster. So we need defense to remain healthy and put our best foot forward for that game. So hopefully we can find the right pieces of the puzzle to get us over that hump and hoist the Lombardi at the farewell. And as we open the new one, we'll hoist the banner.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that would be a great story to have.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, again, this last preseason game again. Preseason is not about winning or losing. It's about playing for a position, or it's also evaluating things and then trying out different things. So even if we lose to Tampa, it is what it is. We're not going to be full strength, but we'll play Tampa again later in the season at full strength, and you'll see the difference. We don't need to panic and just give up on the season because of a couple of losses in the preseason. Again, these games aren't about, for us, it's not about winning or losing. It's about evaluating what we have, and the iron sharpens iron. And again, we said it for a couple of these positions, and I'll give an example. Mike White, you got one more week to prove why you should take the job over Mitch Trubisky. Mitch, it is your job this game to lose. So, good luck, boys.
Or we get rid of all of them and sign a new one.
I mean, it is a possibility. I don't like that idea because some of these guys at least have familiarity with the team, but at the end of the day, I'm not the coach or GM. I don't get to make those decisions.
Mm-hmm. Thank God.
So,
I got one more thing to say. I'd like to thank all of you for inviting me on.
Mm-hmm.
It's been great. I had a great time. I love talking Bills football, so anytime you need anybody, I'm just a shot away. I appreciate all of you guys, and just to all them rookies out there, this is the last go-around. So for all y'all that want to buy your mama that first house, this is the last time you get a chance to make the team.
Right.
Shit, they might have to buy her a paper house.
Right.
Right.
Well, thank you for coming on, Joey.
Yeah, thank you.
yeah, thank you for coming on and joining us. I know trying to come up with a 53-man roster prediction is not the easiest thing to do.
That was actually the easiest. That was actually pretty easy for me because, like, I don't really exactly think that a lot of people we bring in or draft make the team because of our roster is actually really good. So it's like I only look for certain people because it's not going to be a dramatic change.
Right. Couple spots here and there.
I mean, I have a whole list of people that got cut that I didn't even, tell you which ones we're going to get cut and stuff. But
don't lie. You watched the preseason game and you went back to your list. Maybe I should put this guy on the list of cuts.
Right.
So, all right. Well, appreciate you all watching. Like, share, and again, for those of you that will be there, we'll see you all at the Rager, and we'll see you next week. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.